Every woman, your girlfriend, your wife, even those who claim to be completely independent, shares one dark, unspoken desire. It's not for flowers, not for romance, or for a man who constantly goes out of his way to please her. She dreams of a man who can upend her entire world, a man who doesn't play by her rules, who doesn't get rattled when she tests him, and who refuses to play it safe just to win her approval. She longs for the man who can shatter her routines, the one who compels her to feel emotions she can't control and reawakens parts of herself she's kept hidden away. But here's the truth. Most men will never inspire this desire because they're too focused on being nice, too predictable, and too busy putting on a performance instead of becoming the kind of man she can't ignore. Today, we're going to expose this forbidden truth and reveal the one thing every woman secretly craves but will never, ever admit. 1. She dreams of a man who can break her patterns. Every woman has patterns. How she speaks, how she flirts, how she tests men, and how she protects herself from ever feeling too vulnerable. These patterns are her armor, her way of staying in control and of never allowing a man to truly connect with the deepest parts of her, either emotionally or physically. But here's the forbidden truth no one ever says out loud. Every woman secretly dreams of the man who can break those patterns. Not through manipulation or cheap tricks, and not by being nice or agreeable, but by being so grounded, so commanding, and so unshakably masculine that she has no other choice but to let go of her carefully constructed defenses. Most men will never trigger this because they operate within her rules. They try to win her affection by being predictable, by over-explaining themselves, by adjusting to her moods, and by letting her set the pace of the relationship. It feels safe, it feels polite, and it feels right, but it doesn't create the jolt of excitement she truly wants. Because what she really wants, what she won't say, won't post on Instagram, and will only whisper to her closest friends is a man who can disrupt her entire emotional landscape. The nice guy worships her. He gives her comfort and makes her feel wanted. But comfort isn't the same as desire, and worship isn't respect. She accepts his attention and uses validation, but deep down, she doesn't fantasize about him. She fantasizes about the man who won't play her game, the one who can see her tests, the sarcasm, the mood swings, the subtle provocations and remain unfazed. She craves the man who won't give in when she pushes, who won't lose his composure when she pulls away, and who won't hand over his power just because she's beautiful. That kind of man triggers her in ways she can't explain. He makes her feel nervous, excited, and pulls her out of her routine. And that disruption is where her deepest desires live. Why does she crave this disruption? Because her patterns are her walls. She built them over the years through heartbreak, bad relationships, disappointment, and a lifetime of being told never to give a man too much power. These walls protect her, but they also suffocate her. On the outside, she seems confident, independent, and in control. But on the inside, she's exhausted from living behind those walls. She wants to be seen, not the version she shows the world, but the messy, emotional, and unfiltered version of herself that few men could ever handle. And here's the twist. She doesn't want to be the one to choose to take those walls down. She wants a man who makes her feel so safe, so magnetically drawn, and so deeply claimed that the walls fall on their own. This is why she dreams of the man who can break her patterns, not because he forces her, but because he awakens a part of her that she can no longer keep hidden away. So, what does this man do differently? He never explains himself. He moves with purpose, and his decisions don't require her approval. This certainty shakes her because she's used to men justifying every action to stay in her good graces. He doesn't react to her tests. When she pushes, he doesn't flinch. When she pulls away, he doesn't chase. When she tries to provoke him, he simply smiles. He is calm, grounded, and unshaken. This isn't indifference, it's mastery. He leads. He takes the lead in conversation, in presence, and in energy. He doesn't wait for her to create the moment. He creates it and invites her to join him. He gives her space to feel. Most men rush to fix, to calm, and to control. But this man allows her emotions to flow without getting lost in them. That emotional container is what makes her feel safe enough to truly let go. He embodies mystery. She can't completely figure him out. He's not broadcasting every thought, every emotion, or every intention. That unpredictability keeps her intrigued because she can't predict him in the way she can other men. Why most men fail to trigger this desire? They're too focused on being liked. They over-explain, over-chase, and over-give. They confuse pleasing her with arousing her, but awakening her isn't about doing more. It's about being more grounded, being more self-possessed, being more unshakable than any man she's ever met. The man who breaks her patterns doesn't do it through force. He does it by embodying something she can't manipulate, and that makes her curious. That makes her desire him. That makes her let go of control in a way she's never been able to before. Her fantasy versus reality, this is the part no one ever says out loud. Her darkest fantasies don't involve a man who gives her everything she wants. They involve a man who gives her what she didn't know she needed. A man who sees through her games, who feels her walls, and doesn't run away, but also doesn't surrender. To them, she doesn't want to lead. She doesn't want to test. She wants to be with a man who makes her forget she even needed those defenses. That's the real desire most men never trigger because they never learn how to stand as that man. She dreams of the man who disrupts her patterns, who doesn't fit into the safe box where she keeps every other guy, who pulls her into an experience that's raw, real, and uncontainable. The man she can't control, can't predict, and can't stop thinking about. The man who makes her finally feel free by showing her what it's like to truly surrender. She will never admit this. She'll tell you she just wants a nice guy. She'll post about wanting consistency. But deep down, she dreams of the man who can break her patterns, the one who won't bend, the one who forces her to feel alive, even if it scares her. And now you know why most men will never trigger this desire. They're too predictable, too safe, and too easy to figure out. But not you. Not anymore, because once you understand this, you stop playing her game, and you become the man she secretly hoped existed.